J. Frank Brown is the chief at General Atlantic Partners, a private equity firm which manages over $17 billion in terms of assets, has businesses worldwide in a group of companies. Such a pleasure to have you here, Mr. Brown.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I read in one of your comments that investing is like networking. You need both to really succeed. And no better place than Davos, I would imagine.
Well, Davos is great for us from a lot of perspectives. A lot of our investors are here, as well as companies that we've invested in and prospective investees. So it's a great place for us to be, and networking is the name of the game.
Okay, let's come to your business, because you invest in such a variety of different companies. In India, I notice you have a bunch of investments. So you've got IDFC, you've got sorry, let me correct that. It's InDTV, you've got Asian Genco, 4C Logistics, IBS Software, Hexaware, Infotech, Genpact. So a big space there, and the National Stock Exchange.
Exactly.
Now, let me ask you a little bit about these companies. Can you talk about, let's start with the IT services first, and how you see that space in terms of Hexaware, IBS, Infotech, and Genpact.
Well, Genpact, we've recently sold most of our position in transaction recently with Bain, and Genpact was a phenomenal investment for us. We were there at the beginning, and it's actually a good case study for the way General Atlantic works. We're very active members of the board. We work with management. We were in Genpact for about 8 years, and we still have a small position. But we were very active investors for about 8 years. We love the space in terms of outsourcing, Indian outsourcing, and it worked very well. Hexaware has been a great investment for us, and we're very excited about InDTV. We're very excited about 4C, which is a new investment in the logistics space, and so each of our investments will have a story that will play out over a sort of 5, 7, 8 year period. But the common thread is something that we see as an interesting business model in an area where the country certainly needs it and potentially has opportunity to scale, and an entrepreneur that we like and a management team that we like.
What about the decision to invest in the National Stock Exchange? Do you see tremendous potential for Indian stock markets?
Well, the stock exchanges has been a major theme for us. Archipelago, which then became part of the New York Stock Exchange. We're in BM&F, the Bovespa in South America and Brazil. NSC. Electronification of exchanges. We're also in Getco, now Knight, which is obviously high-speed trading. So technology enabling the advancement of exchanges and the more free exchange of securities on markets has been a constant theme, and that's consistent with NSE. So we're very bullish on the stock market business in India.
So when you look at themes in India, do you go sectorally? Is there a tendency to go more on the services route? Because I notice you have, of course, expertise globally in that space.
Well, we have expertise in financial services, thus InDTV, which we're extremely excited about. Logistics, I mentioned 4C. Services, business services has been a theme of GA for many, many years, so going back almost to the beginning in the 80s. But we are very thematic investors, and so if we see a business model that we think has opportunity to scale and potentially spawn new businesses in a particular area or particular sector, that's going to be very interesting to us.
Do you get a sense from your larger India group that they are disappointed with the way that the government has yo-yoed on certain policies? The growth rate has slipped way below 6%, and there's a general sense of fatigue out there.
I think the story of India is one of a little bit of a rest period, and hopefully that will result in a next period of fast growth.
How long do you think the rest period lasts?
A couple of years.
So about what, 2016, 2017?
I'm a little bit more optimistic than that. I think, on some levels, India has weathered the storm as well. I mean, a year or so ago, it looked a little bit worse than it does now. So we're bullish, but again, we look at very discrete business models, and we see a lot of interesting companies in interesting space.
Okay, let me just go back quickly to your global portfolio, because there's a bunch of interesting companies there. So you've got Tory Burch, Gill Crew, which seem to be the more fashion-oriented ones. Then you've got Box, cloud computing side. You've got China's Alibaba on the e-commerce, which is, of course, exciting. And then you just invested in a Turkish food company as well. Talk about some of these interesting stories.
Well, one of the great things about GA is that we're truly global. we operate in virtually every geography and every sector, and we're looking to build relationships with entrepreneurs that are going to lead to really great success stories.
So you still think Facebook has tremendous potential? Because I know you are an investor.
We are an investor in Facebook. We've always loved the business model. There were, a few hiccups at IPO time, but we feel good about the company now, and it's, it's certainly come back quite a bit.
Well, it's much cheaper now, so maybe good play for value and for the longer run.
We're very bullish on the investment.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for Retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.